Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. Today's stretch is a tight hip relief stretch. So if you feel like you got tight hips from sitting down all day, or you've been working out a ton and you feel like they just won't release, today's stretch is going to focus on releasing those hips with long holds. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to lay on the floor here. All right, and we're gonna get in a supine position. So I'm gonna cross one leg over and I'm going to pull on the back of this hamstring close to the crease of the knee. And I'm just gonna push out on this opposite thigh here. We're gonna hang out here for about a minute, okay? So we're gonna push out on that opposite leg, okay? The one that we're bringing in towards us, and we're pulling in with this leg that's up. And we're going to breathe in to this stretch. You can kind of work back and forth, pulling this in and then pushing out. We've got about 15 more seconds here. We'll take another couple breaths. Let's take one more deep breath together. And on the exhale, pull in one more time and release. And we're going to switch legs, crossing the other leg over, pushing out on that inner thigh. And then again, pulling in here so we get that nice deep stretch in that hip. We're taking deep breaths here. A little more than halfway. Let's pull in for a little bit. Pull, pull, pull. Release. Push out again. Let's take two more deep breaths. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, pull in again. And release. All right, from here, we're going to sit up. We're going to get into our 90-90 position. All right, this is going to be a passive 90-90. So, sitting here in our 90-90 position, we're going to fold forward, and I just want you to hang out here with me. All right, we're going to be here for 60 seconds, so just relax. You can kind of work back and forth, see where you're tight. You can bring your arms out in front of you, do a little twist, dropping that left shoulder to the ground. You can roll over here, try to drop that right shoulder to the ground. And then we're just going to hang out, taking deep breaths. You should feel this in the glutes, and then we're in external rotation of that front hip, so getting a nice rotation there and stretch. Let's take two more deep breaths here. And last deep breath. On the exhale, slowly come out of that. We're going to switch sides. All right, so we're getting into that 90-90 in the other direction here. We're going to slowly fold forward, walk those hands out in front of you, and then come down into a comfortable position, and then just start breathing. Nice deep breaths into the belly. All right, we're going to walk those hands a little bit further out to the left now. We're going to drop that right shoulder. Take a deep breath. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Drop that left shoulder. and then slowly back out in front of you. And we're just hanging out here. 2 more breaths. Last one, inhale. And on the exhale, slowly walk out of that. And we're going to come into a lunge position. All right, we got that back knee staying on the ground here. And all we're doing is trying to get our elbows to the floor here. So right here, this is called a lizard stretch. And we're going to slowly push out on that inner thigh. And then we're going to come back, get our elbows to the ground. All right, if you have a yoga block, you could totally put that under you. If all you can do right now is just get your hands on the floor, that's totally fine. All right, I'm going to come back in, get my elbows to the floor. I'm just going to let this open up, working back and forth here. We got a couple more deep breaths before we switch sides. And then I'm going to sit on the side so you can see me this time. All right, so we're gonna come out of that. We're gonna switch legs here. All right, so we got the other leg up now. All right, keeping that back knee on the floor here. I'm gonna come down into this stretch, elbows to the ground. And if you can see, I'm pushing out on this thigh here just to release that hip, open up that hip a little bit more. You can see how my foot is rotating up, that's fine. And then I'm just gonna come back down to the floor and just relax into this stretch. You can see I'm kind of swaying my hips back and forth, kind of feeling where I'm tight in that hip flexor. Breathing in, and now I'm just gonna hold that. All right, again, if all you can do is be right up here on your hands, that's totally fine. You're still getting a great stretch in that back hip flexor. All right, we're gonna take 2 more deep breaths here together. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, we're gonna push back, come out of that, and then we're gonna get into a seated position. We're gonna bring our feet together here into our butterfly stretch. So I'm gonna have my hands behind me like this. That's gonna help stabilize me a little bit. And then I'm gonna try to bring my knees to the floor. So I'm really squeezing my glutes together, my butt together. Try to bring those knees to the floor. So this is an active stretch here. I'm gonna hold that tension that I'm creating by trying to bring my knees to the ground. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, you should feel like you can get a little deeper stretch. We're just gonna hang out here in this butterfly. All right, we got a few more deep breaths here. Again, this is all about releasing that tension. So try not to hold any tension in your face and your body, just let it go. All right, we got 1 more deep breath. And on the exhale, bring the knees slowly up. All right, we're gonna transition into our last stretch here. We got the frog pose. So it's kind of like a child's pose, all right? But we're gonna bring our knees out a little bit wider. So you can see here, my knees are out nice and wide. And from here, I'm just gonna walk my hands forward and then push my hips and my butt back. All right, so you can see that from the side. My legs are out wide, pushing my butt back, bringing my hands all the way forward. And I'm just gonna relax here now that we're nice and open from all of our other stretches. We're gonna drop the head, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. And we're just gonna let gravity do its job here and slowly open us up, all right? So We got about 30 more seconds here. Just relax. Nice deep breaths. We got one more deep breath together here. Inhale and exhale. Let it all go. Shake out the head. All right, we're gonna slowly walk up out of that. All right, so your hips should be feeling nice and open. Hopefully you were able to release some tension. And I would suggest doing that maybe once a day at the end of the day before bed to feel good, especially if you've been sitting a lot. But if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I will see you all in the next video.